Oh, nothing. I'm just feeling good right now. I am. I have reasons why I'm feeling good. If you saw yesterday's video, you know I talked in pretty good detail about my thoughts and experiences with Steven Universe as a whole. And I gotta say, after giving it some thought, it actually may be one of the best videos I've done so far in 2020. Just because of, it really is a show that I'm sure that a lot of, people grew up with. Understand, I was like on the cusp of graduating from college when it first premiered. And again, nearly 7 years later, 6 years, 10 months, and 1 week, I still remember that. Then, it was very, it's so crazy just how far it's come as a series. It's great. And I said it yesterday, but once again, thank you, Rebecca Sugar, the creator of Steven Universe, for giving us such a wonderful show. As for me for today, not much. Gonna be visiting my folks again later. I actually visited them last night. I'll get to that momentarily. But for now, just gonna rock some pajamas while still rocking the March green tie, as I always do. Wearing some moccasins. Okay, fine, I'll do it. Bought a copper rocking it. About to go and get some compliments passing about those moccasins. Someone else has been rocking it. Okay, I'll stop now. I love that song. That song was also very big in popularity around the time I graduated from college. Like, seriously, I'd be going to, like, parties and, like, not, like, actually partying, but, I'd go to large social gatherings and, that song would always play at least once. So, needless to say, that song is a very special place in my heart. There's actually some very interesting fact about that song. For those of you who are trying to look it up right now, it's Thrift Shop by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. It was their first biggest hit. Here's the significance about that song. It was the first song to ever reach #1 on the Billboard Top 100 without any major backing from a major record label. That's huge. Like, great songs that reached like the Billboard Top 100 at all cost like millions of dollars to make, whereas the music video for Thrift Shop was really nothing short of just hard work and a very dedicated fan base, which I'm just glad that fan base has some very good taste, because it's a very good song. But if you don't really get the theme of the song, it's basically, why would you spend like, hundreds of dollars on like super duper nice outfits when there really is some good in vintage old stuff you could find at a thrift shop? Granted, technically, no, I'm not wearing anything from a thrift shop right now, but it stems the reason that you can find some really cool things in, older vintage stuff. Plus, another really important message about that song, while you're actually wasting your time and energy looking up the latest fashion trends, like people who like go to the thrift shop, get those nice outfits, they're over there having fun. That's what you're supposed to do. So, yes, I really do like that song. I'll never forget that the Rap Critic once did a compare, like which song was technically better, Thrift Shop or Suit and Tie by Justin Timberlake, which is also a very good song, by the way. Honestly, both songs are good in their own right. In fact, both songs made Todd in the Shadow's top 10 best lists of that year. But in the end, why not just get a suit and tie from the thrift shop? See? You take the best of both songs. So that was really cool. So anyway, how about we get into talking about last night? Nothing really major went on. visited my mother and father, trying to keep up with, my family and during this rather difficult time, as, you should, if nothing else. Because you probably, why should you work being sick? Listen, yeah, of course, there's a risk of me getting sick, but if I do get sick from anyone, I'd rather have it be from family. Because, they're my family. And they love me. Although I will be getting into something that was going on as I was watching TV with my father last night. So when I get there, we had dinner, and our dinner was Aniello's. See, my parents spent the day helping my brother and his wife with my nephews. So they were in Corning, and so they just drove back from Corning, and Aniello's is right there. Support local. That's what we did. Our pizza was, it's Aniello's pizza, so of course it's going to be good. And that goes without saying. But here's the thing. Here's how good Aniello's pizza really is. Even like the simplest pizzas you could possibly get from Aniello's are good. Like, my father's go-to from Aniello's is extra cheese, which we did have, but there was other toppings on it last night. But yeah, extra cheese is like that good. It's all like cheesy and oh man, it's good. But the pizza we had last night was extra cheese, sausage, peppers, and onions. That was really it. It was actually 2 toppings shy of what their traditional special is, which is sausage, peppers, onions, pepperoni, and mushrooms. So, yeah, typical pizza toppings you would find on a pizza, but like that's their specialty, which I have had before, and it is good. Although, to be perfectly honest, for me, I would just add bacon and ham to that because, come on, it's bacon and ham. What's better than that? So, I mean, I've said this before, but those are my 7 favorite toppings I'd rather have on a pizza. Pepperoni, sausage, bacon, ham, mushrooms, peppers, onions. So, yeah, said it. Gotta make sure you don't fall off there. And, it's actually, I've said this before, but I never really did elaborate on this. For years now, my brother and I have had a very long and ongoing debate as to who has the better chicken wing pizza. My brother will tell you that it is Vincenzo's in Elmira. I will say it is Aniello's in Corning. So, what is it about Aniello's that is better than Vincenzo's? Well, to my brother's credit, when I first had that, this is before my palate became more evolved as it is now. I did not like blue cheese. And, there's, tons of, the blue cheese dressing stuff, on Vincenzo's pizza. Chicken wing pizza, I mean. So, if that's not your thing, you're not really going to like it. That being said, I have had it recently, and it is 100 million times better than I remember, which is awesome. Still not better than Aniello's, though. And I will tell you why. See, aside from the blue cheese thing, what Vincenzo's does is they, cube up chicken breast, mix that with their buffalo sauce, put that in the pizza, and you're good to go. Which, really a lot of places that serve chicken wing pizza, that's pretty much what they do. But here's why Aniello's is better. And this is actually something a lot of people never really talk about. Whether you have a wing sauce or not, and this is coming from a guy whose main hors d'oeuvre choice is chicken wings, so I know exactly what I'm talking about here. Whether the wing is sauced or not, the one factor that a really good wing will still maintain a very crispy texture. And we love crispy textures. It's sort of a contrasting sort of texture for, soft palates and stuff. That's why we really like it, I think. Yeah, it's something to do with, starchy, crunchy, crispy type sort of textures that really appeal to our palate, but I digress. My point is, when it comes to a really good wing, whether you have sauce on it or not, a good wing will have that crispy texture, from the crispy chicken skin. In fact, really good chicken wing places, like Elbow Room and Bernie Murray's, will make it so like they put just enough sauce where the wings are sauced, but you get that nice crispy texture. That's the best combination right there. What Aniello's does is they still cube up chicken breast, but it's breaded, fried chicken breast. See where we're going with this? Aniello's actually found a way to recreate that texture you get from a really good crispy chicken wing. And they put that on their pizza. That's why it's the best. So, if you really are a fan of chicken wings, go to Vincenzo's too. I mean, obviously I'm saying go to Aniello's above all else. But, if you want to go to Vincenzo's, if you're in the area, go for it. I mean, whether you go to Vincenzo's or Aniello's, you're going to get good pizza anyway, so, yeah, do that. So anyway, after we had, that was a little bit, that was actually quite elaborate how I explained that. Anyway, so after that, after we had dinner, my father and I watched TV for a little while. My mother really wasn't feeling that well, so she just, stayed in the room. Don't worry, she's not sick or anything, I swear. Just really wasn't in the mood. Sometimes she does that, which really isn't socially acceptable, but whatever. Anyway, so last night my father and I actually introduced my father to a really good movie that we watched up until it was about time for me to go, because it was like 9 o'clock when it was over. And it was the fact that Disney XD was showing the movie Boxtrolls. Now, if you don't know what Boxtrolls is, it is a movie produced by the stop-motion animation company Laika, which I have gone into detail before, specifically when I did my movies on Missing Link. But Laika, spelled Laika, specializes in making movies that use stop-motion animation. Now, if you don't know what stop-motion is, basically, let's say I have this little guy as an example, and I want to make him move, and I'm not on camera or anything, it's just him on camera. If I want to make him move his arm, I take a shot of him, the way he is right now. One of this, watch out this, and continue to make shots until it's all one fluid motion. So, needless to say, it's very hard, very daunting, takes a lot of time and effort to do. And needless to say, the people over at Laika have the respect of a lot of critics and film critics and fanboys alike. So, thank you to the good people of Laika. Although, not to mention the Boxtrolls are just adorable. They are. The movie itself is adorable. I mean, by all accounts, and here's the thing. Boxtrolls is actually considered to be like the weakest Laika film, and it's that good. So that should tell you something right there. I mean, it's weak in the sense if you look on the scores on Rotten Tomatoes, it's the lowest score with I believe it's in the low 70s, which by all accounts isn't bad. In fact, I really like it. But it does fall, I think one of the reasons why it sort of isn't as praised as, say, Coraline or Paranorman that came before it is because Laika does make stop-motion movies, but they're movies that, for the most part, you'd probably be better off watching around Halloween. You can watch these movies any time of year. Again, we just saw Boxtrolls last night, and it's late March. But for the most part, the atmosphere and tones they have in those movies, you'd be better off watching them on Halloween. That's why Missing Link was such a breath of fresh air when I saw it last year. Because it was the first movie that Laika made where I could legitimately say you could watch it any time of year and you'd be good. So, yes, that's what we did. And all the while, what's going on is, ever since, this is actually one really cool thing that my family's done since my grandfather passed away. And for whatever, we still have like a giant like group text chat thing on our phones. So with everything going on, my uncle from Colorado takes a photo of himself, just like dressed like a ski mask, like helmet, like getting ready to take on the world, as if something bad's going on. Then again, I think maybe Denver, the city of Denver and Littleton, where they are, may have had some snow, so that might be a reason for it. But yeah, with what's going on, he's like dressed prepared, and we're just like making fun of like what's going on. Then again, my other uncle who lives in Massachusetts, specifically Reading, he dresses sort of like my uncle's. Like, this is how we dress in Massachusetts is what he does. So, yeah. You know, it's actually really cool that, you know, at least during these times, my family is able to find like laughter, you know, by, you know, talking over the phone. I like that. So, to all my family, I love you all. So, yeah. And this little guy loves you too. Yeah. Don't really know what I have planned today. I mean, I am going to be seeing my folks, but honestly, after last night, Aniello's, Boxtrolls, darn, I can't, and calling my family. So yeah, I got the ABC right there. Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button, follow me, especially if you're on YouTube. I ain't very how long I made this video for. If you guys are watching, enjoy it for today. I'm hoping you have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Why did I forget the day? And remember, you guys know my talker channel is from here to London here. I'll always have your back. Take care and make good choices. Bye.